Welcome in, everybody, for a Sunday morning matchup. The West Michigan Varsity 16U Greens ready to take on the Troy Sting. Here live at the Plymouth Cultural Center and Ice Arena in Plymouth, Michigan. Game 1 of 2 on the day. Game 2 at 5:30 tonight against the host Plymouth Flyers. Plymouth Flyers just got off the ice playing the West Michigan 16U white team and dropping that game 3-2. Should be an even matchup today. Troy Sting, a solid team out of the east side. West Michigan having a good season so far. Starting out, first shift, we've got Moore at center, Mitchell and Smilanich on the wing. On defense, Jack Hohendorf and Braden Kuhn. This one's ready to go. Troy Sting off the face-off. That one goes right out of play, deflected. We'll do it again at center ice. Play goes in the Sting end. Sting go D-to-D, up the wall with it, mid-zone. Moore gets a stick on it, plays it back with the Sting, get control. Pass in the zone, played in on Jabraki, a save. Sting get the rebound in their own zone still. Mitchell plays it. Smilanich gets it back for Mitchell. And Mitchell loops in his own zone, carries it through neutral ice. Takes a hit on the wall, puck goes in deep. Sting behind their own net. Moore collapses on it at the wall. Smilanich plays it in towards net. Goalie saves into the wall. Sting with control in their end. Pass knocked down by Smilanich, but pushed ahead by the Sting. Pressed by Hohendorf. Moore's got control. Moore for Smilanich, just out of his reach. Sting play it in neutral zone, back into the West Michigan zone, far side. Rocco there, Ryan Rocco holds it in the wall. Moore takes it away. Moore over for Hohendorf, off his stick and deep. Hohendorf hustles after it. Behind the net, loose puck, Sting there, up the wall. Ayler takes it into the corner. Gets rubbed off the puck, Sting taken away behind the net, pass on the outlet far side. Through mid-ice and back into the West Michigan zone. Rocco pressures, puck loose in the feet. Rocco sends it up the wall for Finnerty. Finnerty for Ayler, sent back in by the Sting. Now it comes out, Bateson on the wall. Reed Bateson with control, sends it cross ice for Rocco. Rocco at the red line and dumps it in deep. Wrapped around the net to the near side corner. Ayler and Finnerty after it. Finnerty with it. Finnerty in the feet. Ayler with it, a shot. And that'll be held by the Sting goalie. In net right now for West Michigan. Buck Jabraki. Ayler, Finnerty, Bateson, Poulin, and Rocco. Year 5. Sting with the puck, intercepted by Bateson. Now Sting get it and clear it to neutral. Rocco from the red line, bangs that one back in deep, wrapped around the goaltender into the near corner. Troy with it, miss a pass behind the net, but the man on the wall. Bateson disrupts, puts it in the corner, up the wall with it. Finnerty's there, Bateson in the feet. Finnerty gets it back, sends it toward the middle. Ayler took a swing at it, but the Sting get control. Carry it back into the West Michigan zone. Down the middle, a backhand shot goes wide, loose behind the net. Sent out in the middle, picked off by Finnerty. Finnerty through neutral zone. Plays it to the far side wall. The Sting will take it away. Troy with a pass near side, connects. Into the zone they bring it. Hooper defending. Sting with a little drop pass. The Sting down low. His shot goes wide. Into the corner, Hooper tries to clear. Point man puts one through the air. Ayler into neutral zone, looking for Poulin. Sting get control again. Down low, a shot in on Jabraki and a save. Loose behind the net. Hooper takes it away. Luke Hooper up the wall, looking for Rocco. Now Poulin's got it. Poulin takes it wide on the far side, into the corner. Poulin centers a pass, played down low, a shot by Budwarman goes wide, and Rocco tried to stuff it in at the near side post. That one gets saved and held for an offensive zone draw. Rocco on the face-off. Hooper and Timpey on defense, but Warman and Poulin the wingers. Caden Poulin. Puck played in the corner. Troy tries to send it out. Comes loose to neutral. They've got a man all alone. In on Jabraki. Troy shoots, and a glove save by Jabraki, and he'll hold it for the whistle. West Michigan with a change. Moore, Mitchell, and Smilanich back up top. Moore, Smilanich, and a shot right on the doorstep. A save by Jabraki, and the net comes off. Looks like a penalty here early. Braden Kuhn's gonna go. It might be coincidental, we'll see. Nope. Kuhn's gonna go. Berto, Moore, Hohendorf, and Rocco, the penalty killers. Face-off played in the zone. Berto's got it off the wall and into the player bench. Go back for a D-zone draw. Face-off goes back to the point man. Troy sends it to the wall. Down low, pass in the middle, goes through into the corner. Pass up the wall, near side point, takes it towards the middle. Pressured by Berto, played in. Moore has control. He'll dump it in deep. Wrapped around the goaltender to the near side. Troy's there. Goes loose. Berto's got it. Berto carries down low. Moore now behind the net with it. Moore, tried to center it. Played by Troy. Berto got a stick on it. Troy will break it out. Cross ice pass connects. Pressured by Rocco. Pass at the face-off dot. Troy tried to center it, knocked down nicely by Hohendorf. Off the referee, Moore's got it, chips around him and sends it deep. Sting out of their own zone, picked off by Mitchell. Mitchell's got it, plays it in deep into the corner. Troy on the power play. Now they move it out to neutral, into the West Michigan zone, taken away by Hohendorf. Mitchell can't clear the zone. Troy has it at the point position. Pass out in the middle. Troy on the far side. Now pass back to the point. Back to the near side point. Shot deflects. Plays behind the net. Loose. Rocco's got it. Plays it hard off the wall. Point man will hold it in. West Michigan gets their fifth skater back. Pass on the near side wall. Troy back to the point. Now back to the wall. Centers a pass and deflects out into neutral zone. Bateson on the ice. Troy dumps it in deep. Knocked down by Rocco. Troy will get a change. Rocco skates it out. Feeds a pass to Hohendorf. Hohendorf kicks it to himself in neutral zone, dumps it in on net, and the goaltender will freeze it for the whistle. Ayler, Smilanich, Bateson. No, Ayler, Finnerty, and Bateson up front. Hooper and Timpey on D. Hooper dumps it in deep, wrapped around the goaltender. Troy comes out the far side on the breakout pass through the middle in the air. Hooper's got a stick on it, clears the zone. Troy will have to regroup. Pass on the far side connects, they'll bring it in. They'll dump it in deep, cross ice near side Finnerty. Wraps it hard around the wall. Bateson will be there. Bateson up the wall with it into neutral zone. Ayler battles right at the red line. Bateson digs it out, gets it to Timpey. Timpey into neutral. Timpey holds it at the wall. Troy gets it out, back in. Timpey intercepts, puts a floater in the middle, picked up by Bateson. Bateson in on side, puts a shot, knocked down, played into the back wall for Ayler. Ayler behind the net, stops, takes it to the far side, pass to Bateson. Bateson shot, save. No rebound attempt. Puck tied up on the wall. Bateson pressuring. Troy gets it out of the zone. They've got a man streaking here. Timpey crashes on it. Puck goes into the corner. Timpey wrestles it out, sends it up the wall, picked off by the point man. Shot, deflected by Timpey, played behind the net by Troy. They'll dig it out of the corner. Pass back to the point, goes through his legs and into neutral zone. Troy will have to regroup. They bring it back in. West Michigan trying to find the puck here in their own end. And they clear the zone. Troy's pass through mid-ice goes long. Played by Rocco in his own zone. He'll send it through. Icing waved off. Puck rattles around behind the goaltender. Crashing in hard is Bedwarman. Staying with it behind their net. Far side, breakout, disrupted by Poulin. Caden Poulin. In to help is Tyler Rocco. Puck comes loose all the way out to Ryan Rocco with the point shot in on net, goes wide. Puck loose to the near side. Carson Poulin. Bedwarman on the wall, Rocco there as well. Troy behind their own net. They'll feather one to the far side. Poulin sends it behind the net. Rocco and Poulin. Troy finally moves it up the wall far side. They'll skate it out. Into the West Michigan zone, chipped around the defender. Puck rattles around behind Jabraki. Troy from the corner sends a pass out to the point, now cross ice. Played in deep, that's deflected in the air. Rocco clears. Troy will send it near side, picked off by Poulin. Carson Poulin. Carson sees an open lane. Carson takes it in deep. Poulin taking off the puck. Troy in through neutral zone. Smilich there, pressuring. Smilich pulls it away. Lucas feeds a pass just out of the reach of Rocco. Troy with it. Pass through mid-ice. Kuhn steps. Now Bedwarman feathers one into the zone. Troy behind their own goal. Outlet pass near side, off the stick. Kuhn, Mitchell, and Moore out. Moore's got it. Moore looks for a lane, takes it wide. Mitchell's there. Mitchell down low, behind the net. Now far side, pass out to the point, Smilich. Lucas tried to play the shot. Troy takes it away, Smilich pressures. Oh, nice block on the pass. Troy with a shot, goes all the way through. Moore's got it. Moore, pass for Hohendorf. Play deep in the Troy zone. They'll feather, try to get one off the glass, instead off the netting. And we'll get a face-off in the offensive zone. Mitchell on the dot, Moore and Smilich, Kuhn and Hohendorf. Troy with it behind their net. On the far side, breakout, loose to Kuhn. Kuhn from the point, plays it in deep. Played into the wall. Mitchell and Moore collapsing on it. Puck comes out. Troy will play into the West Michigan zone. It goes. Kuhn's after it. Kuhn from behind his net. Sends it up the far side for Smilich. Smilich off the wall into neutral, but Troy's there to play it. Pass near side. Goes long. Hohendorf plays it back to the middle for Mitchell. Mitchell's backhand goes in deep. Troy from behind their net. They go down on an edge. Smilinich plays it. Troy with a hard out. Timpy with a shot. Oh, just wide. Deflected in front. Moore. Mitchell at the wall. Battles for the puck. Troy able to clear it far side. Troy carries it out. Pass through the middle connects. Troy down low. Nice job by Hooper. Sweeps it into the corner. Puck loose behind the net. After it on the near side is Timpy. Timpy absorbs a hit. Mitchell's got the loose puck. Troy with a stick on it. Timpy's there. Troy with it in neutral zone. They'll dump it in deep near side. Timpy's got some room as Troy gets a change. Troy, pass to Finnerty. Knocked down, cleared out of the zone though. Troy takes possession. They race it in. Pass through the middle is deflected. Caught by Berto. Dropped it, but Troy there to take possession behind the net. Up on the near side now. Pass in the middle, picked off by Moore. Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell through the middle for Berto. Dumped in deep. Troy sends it out to neutral zone. Rocco dumps it in, delayed offsides. West Michigan checks up. Troy with possession. They'll dump it length to the ice. That'll be an icing call. Ayler, Berto, and Finnerty up front. Poulin and Rocco on defense. Rocco from the point position, shot saved by the goalie. Loose behind the net, Berto bangs it to the other side. Ayler in the corner, up the wall with it. Rocco holds it, dumps it in deep. Puck loose behind the net, Troy's there. They send it up the wall, picked off by Berto, puts a shot wide. Loose on the far wall. Rocco, a shot in front. Knocked down before it reached the goaltender. Poulin with a skate. Now it comes out after it's Ayler. Ayler, near side, behind the net for Rocco. Rocco back to the near side for Ayler. Ayler up the wall, pinned up by the Sting. In to help is Poulin. Now puck rattles behind the net. Rocco there. Pass up the wall for Berto. Rocco picks up the loose puck behind the net. Driven in the wall. Sting send a pass back to the point man. Shot in on Jabrocki is gloved for a whistle. Tyler Rocco, Samuel Benwarman up front, along with Caden Poulin on defense, Kuhn and Hohendorf. Sting behind the net, into the corner with it, crashing down is Rocco. Sting cycle it behind, into the back into the corner. Kuhn lays a hit. Puck loose. Kuhn after it. The Sting have to move it out to neutral zone. They'll be the first there. In their own zone, D to D. Rocco collapses down on it, picked off by Benwarman. He's got to wait. Offsides waved off, shot in on goal, and a save by the goaltender. Rocco on the face-off. Oops. Face-off won by West Michigan. Hohendorf sends it behind the net. There's Poulin. Poulin feeds it back to Rocco. Rocco behind the net, centers for Benwarman, and a one-timer, and he scores! Samuel Benwarman continues his goal streak. Beautiful pass by Rocco from the wall. And West Michigan takes the 1-0 lead. Quick trigger, you gotta have that. Samuel Bidwarman, 2 goals yesterday, 1 away from a hat trick. Gets his 3rd goal of the weekend just now. Face-off goes back in the Troy zone, less than a minute left in the first. Troy has to regroup behind their net. Far side breakout, picked off by Kuhn, but pulled ahead by the Sting. Good job by Hohendorf, takes the puck away. He's got it behind his own tender. Skates it through the middle, picked off by Troy. Pass in the middle, out of the reach. Point man reaches for it, sends it into the corner. Hohendorf's there. Hohendorf. Puck loose to the point man. Shot in on Jabraki, a save. Loose in the corner. Moore takes a hit. Poulin gets it to Smilanich. Lucas. And a penalty here. Troy's going to touch up. A hook call. Lucas moving his feet with the puck, and Troy with a stick in on him. And so West Michigan will get its first power play of the game. Two and a 10? Oh, there's 2 guys in the box at first. Wrong guy. Or no, there's 2. Must have. Looks like a misconduct call after the initial hook. So 2 and a 10. Minute and a half and a 10. Moore, Berto, and Smilanich, Hooper, and Rocco on the power play here. 14 seconds left. Oh, double minor. Double minor. Let me fix this up. So we've got actually a double minor. So 5 on 3 here. Sorry, 2 penalties. And I guess maybe the hook and then something else after. That's Martsky out there to finish the period. Jake Martsky, good to see him back on the ice after an injury over the summer. Martsky got the draw, sent the pass over to end the period. Sarah, everything is okay. I don't know. So West Michigan, a great opportunity here. 5 on 3 to start the second period. Already up a goal. Tight game otherwise. Out first for West Michigan, Taylor, Moore, and Smilanich, Rocco, and Timpy. Looks like Ryan Rocco is going to play some forward. Smilanich drops back on D. Face-off played by the Sting, picked off by Timpy. He'll drive it in. Pass over for Ayler. Ayler sets up in the zone. Pass back for Timpy at the point. Timpy over to Smilanich. Smilanich back to Timpy in the middle. Timpy rips a shot deflected. The Sting will be there on the wall. Moved out to center ice and played deep. Smilanich after it. We'll get a whistle here as a Troy player goes down. More on the face-off. I do not have the penalties up right now. We got 50 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Moore carries it ahead. Moore across into the zone, dumps it in behind the net. Goaltender with a stick on it. Ayler gets it to Rocco behind the net. Rocco back to Ayler on the doorstep. Ayler behind the net for Moore. Moore back for Timpy. Timpy settles it at the point, over for Smilanich. Smilanich back to Timpy. Timpy back to Smilanich. Smilanich over for Ayler. Ayler back to Smilanich. Smilanich rips a shot, goes all the way through. Timpy will hold it at the wall. Timpy for Moore. Moore gets a grip on it at the wall. Moore back for Timpy. 10 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Smilanich, top of the circle, a shot. Deflected, loose, and the Sting clear it to neutral zone. Timpy takes control. 1 second left, 5-on-3. 2 players come on. A shot by Timpy and a save. Ayler on the far side. Ayler down low for Moore. Moore into the corner with it. Moore pass back for Rocco. Rocco's backhand at the wall. Sting get a stick on it. Smilanich holds it in the zone. Floats it over to the wall. Troy will be there. Loose puck. Timpy gets a stick on it. Troy's there at the red line and they'll dump it in deep. Wrapped around behind Jabrocki. Rocco up the wall with it. Moore sends it further. Back into the Troy zone. After to Smilanich. Troy behind their own goal. Outlet far side. Pass in the middle connects. And they'll dump it in deep. Rattles behind Jabrocki. Rocco with a stick on it. Up the wall. Rocco after it. Point man gets a stick on it. Moore cross ice for Smilanich. Pops a stick. Troy with possession. Back in the zone. Oh, Moore is going to get whistled here for the penalty, a trip call. And just like that, Troy gets another shot at the power play. Rocco, Bidwarman, Hohendorf, and Kuhn, the penalty killers. Face-off, played to the point. Troy dumps it in deep. Kuhn's going to be there behind the net. Kuhn rips it down the ice, knocked down by the Troy defenseman. They go D to D and quickly bring it back, try to bring it back in the zone. Pressure by Rocco. Troy from the blue line. Cross to the near side point, now to the wall. Looking on the doorstep. Pass cross ice, goes long. Troy with possession. Top of the zone. Troy rips a shot, and that goes in. Troy with a power play goal to even this one up. Shot through traffic. Rocco, Bidwarman, Mitchell up front, Kuhn and Hohendorf on defense. Tyler Rocco at the faceoff. Faceoff goes in the Troy end. Their defenseman with control. Centers the pass, goes long. Kuhn with it. Back up the wall for Mitchell. Troy with possession. Kuhn battling. Troy moves it back in the zone. Down low. Rocco played it up. Troy with it from the point position. A shot, save. Another penalty here on, not sure on who exactly. West on Troy. Troy's going to go for the high sticking call. So they'll get another shot at the power play. Offensive zone draw. Mitchell, Finnerty, Bateson. One more. There we go. Hohendorf and Rocco on defense. Face off, dumped immediately by Troy, down into the West Michigan end. Jabrocki settles it. Leaves it for Hohendorf behind his own goal. Hohendorf skates it up the far side. Pass near side for Rocco. Rocco finds it, and he'll dump it in deep behind net. Troy with it behind their own goal, off the wall, into neutral. Ryan Rocco sends it up the wall for Bateson. Pushed back in by Troy, delayed offsides. They check up, Rocco's got the loose puck. Cross ice for Hohendorf. Hohendorf near side for Bateson. Puck sent in deep, and an icing call. Ayler, Mitchell, Caden Poulin, Rocco, and Carson Poulin, Rocco, and Berto. On the power play here for another 44 seconds. Loose, Troy puts it in deep. They'll be the first there in the corner. Ayler applies pressure. Troy has it in the corner. Now pressured by Poulin, gets it to Poulin. Poulin up for Berto. Berto 1-on-3. Troy takes it away and dumped length of the ice. They're hard after it. Rocco. Troy's there first. Rocco takes it away behind his own goal. Pass for Ayler connects. Ayler skates it up. Cross ice on the tape for Poulin. Poulin drop for Berto. A shot blocked by the defenders. And the Sting carry it back on the penalty kill. 1 second left. Turnover here. Berto moves it ahead. He'll chase after the loose puck. Berto dumps it in. 5-on-5. The Sting can't out it. Poulin. Now it goes loose. The Sting with possession at neutral. On the near side. Rocco, good D, takes it away. Cleared by Ayler into neutral zone. The Sting cross ice dump in. Caden Poulin. Now Carson's there to help. Troy gets it back in. They have possession at the wall. Into the corner. Rocco pins the man up. The Sting with some help. They move the puck back to the point man. Sting have it at the wall. Shot goes wide. All the way to the near side. Played in. Deflected. Back out to the point man. Shot from the point goes wide. Puck loose on the near side. Pass along the wall. Near side. Now cross ice for the point man. Holds it in. Centering pass deflected out by Poulin. And Troy will regroup. Shallow in their own end. They'll turn. West Michigan with a full forward change. Sting with it down low. Shot saved by Jabraki. Smilanich far side. Sting pull it away. Now they take it to the middle. Drop the pass to the far side. Shot over the net. Takes a carom, and West Michigan will ice it. Moore comes out with Smilich, Bidwarman, Hooper, and Timpey. D-zone draw. Timpey ties it up in the wall. Moore there to help. Timpey pushes it behind the net. He's after it, far side corner, moves it up. Smilich got a stick on it. Troy. Puck bounces to the middle. Troy. Moore gets it with his skates. Oh, whiffed on a pass, held in the zone. He'll chip it up and into the net. And we'll get a D-zone draw. Face off in the feet. Troy tied up by Timpey. Puck loose. Bidwarman's on it, on the wall. Moves it to the middle. Smilanich back to Bidwarman. Samuel carries it across red line, blue line. Bidwarman shoots it towards the middle. Played by the goaltender into the corner. Smilanich throws a hit on in the corner. Sting. Carry it out. Troy with speed. Timpey chases. Timpey ties him up into the wall. Puck loose, Timpy's got it, feeds it for Moore on the break. Moore finds Smilanich, across the red line. Smilanich carries it near side. Lucas, pass towards the middle, just out of the reach of Bidwarman. Troy will backhand that one to neutral. Hooper stops it, dumps it in. West Michigan checks up, but the Sting with possession, up the near side wall. Now across ice through the middle on the tape. The Sting shot saved by Jabraki. Up the far wall and cleared. Sting with possession, D to D, neutral zone, and a deep in dump. Hooper's there, far side, stops it, trying to find it in the feet. Tyler Rocco's there. Rocco sends a pass in the middle. Bidwarman chips it ahead. They'll get a change as the Sting regroup in their own zone. Pass up the ice, played by the Sting. Big hit there by Timpy. Dumped in. Mitchell played it ahead, back into the Sting zone. Sting from behind their net. Mitchell with some pressure. Sting send a pass, knocked down by Hohendorf, dumps it in deep behind the net, out of the reach of Rocco. Mitchell has it at the wall, gets to Rocco in the corner, goes loose. Sting behind their own net, far side. Bateson loose to Hohendorf. Hohendorf shot goes wide. Puck played at the wall by Mitchell. Mitchell behind the end line. Mitchell far side, pressured by the Sting. Tied up in the feet, Bateson there to help. Bateson at the wall, puck comes out. Sting will put that one through the air. Loose puck, it's a race. Hohendorf, good D. Battle for the puck, prevents a shot. Hohendorf with possession, cross ice pass picked off by the Sting at the blue line. Now a pass on the doorstep, a shot, and they score. Troy pulls ahead here. 5:50 left in the second. Good passing through the neutral zone, a 2-on-1. Ayler, Berto, and Finnerty up front. Hohendorf and Kuhn on defense. Berto digs it out. Berto shot, deflects into the back wall. Berto's there in the corner. Berto hard around the wall, near side for Kuhn. Kuhn back into the corner for Finnerty. Troy behind the net. They wrap it around the wall. Hohendorf bangs it back in deep. Finnerty from behind the goal. Finnerty centers it for Ayler. Couldn't find the shot, and Troy skates it out. Knocked down, shot knocked down by Hohendorf. Hohendorf behind his own goal, hard off the wall. Troy's there. They'll center a pass. That was Berto. Disrupted play, dumped in by the Sting. Hohendorf, cross ice, loose in front. Sting with it, they shoot. Couldn't get a good grip on the shot, and Jabraki able to capture it for a whistle. Moore, Smilanich, the Poulin brothers, and Rocco. Troy passes out to the point. Point man back to the wall. Moore disrupts, loose. Smilanich there. Puck played by the point. Into the middle. Point man shot, save Jabraki. Puck loose here, near side, clears the zone. Troy far side. Played to neutral zone. Now dumped in deep. Ryan Rocco behind his own goal. Played up the wall. Troy with possession. Troy there. Rocco takes it away though. Gets it to Poulin. Poulin absorbs the hit. Moves it to the middle for Smilanich. Oh, carried in by Poulin, but offsides. Face off one by the Sting. They'll play it out of their own zone. D to D far side. Oh, turnover. Smilanich had to play it back into neutral. Troy gets a stick on it. Dumped in deep. Rocco after it. Behind his own goal. Cycles it back for Poulin. Troy is there though. Moore into help. Held up by Poulin. Played back to the point man. Shot in on Jabraki, a save. Rebound in front, loose. Under the man. Rocco clears it. Slap shot from the point. Knocked down before it got to Jabraki, and now he'll hold for a whistle. West Michigan with a change. Hooper and Timpey on D. Bateson, Bidwarman, and Tyler Rocco come out on the forward. Face off played by West Michigan. Rocco with possession, gets it to Bidwarman. Bidwarman across the red line, dumps it in. Coincidental minors here. Looks like an interference call and a rough call on Bidwarman. So 5-on-5. Rocco comes out with Bateson and Berto. Timpey and Hooper on defense. Face off played by the Sting, held in by Hooper, loose on the near side, now out to neutral. Timpey dumps it back in, but the Sting with possession. They'll carry it across the red line, drop the pass to the wall. Hooper pressures, Berto's there as well. Now Rocco joins the fray. Dug out by the Sting, Rocco moved it, point man holds it in, played into the back doorstep, Hooper clears it into the corner. Hooper takes it away, and we'll get a whistle. Luke Hooper whistled for playing the puck. So Troy will go back on the power play. They're 1 for 2 on the day. Mitchell, Timpey, Hohendorf, and Finnerty on the penalty kill. Face off, played out. Oh, held in by the Sting. Now, still held in. They dump it in deep. Hohendorf after the loose puck, cycles it back to the near side for Timpey. Timpey up the wall for Mitchell. Sting, take it away, drive it towards the net. Shot goes wide, loose puck on the doorstep. Now the Sting behind the net. They pass it out to the point man. Shot deflected by Mitchell and banged down the ice by Finnerty. Sting gather it behind their goal. They'll send a pass on the breakout. Troy on the power play. Carried through into the West Michigan end. Timpey got a stick on it. Timpey and Ayler battling. Loose puck all the way to the point man. Played back into the corner. Pass in front, deflected wide of the net. Pass back to the point. Sting. Shot goes wide, loose behind the net. Hohendorf pressures, pass out to the point. Sting now send it back to the wall. Now back to the far side. Shot gloved by Jabraki. Bidwarman comes out of the box. West Michigan still on a penalty kill for another 17 seconds. Kuhn and Rocco on defense. Smilich and Moore come up to finish the penalty kill. Defensive zone draw here, just under 2 minutes left in the second period. Face off in the feet. Played back to the point. The Sting, ooh, that goes out of the zone. They'll have to regroup. Cross ice near side, red line. They'll carry it in. Rocco disrupts play. Sting have it behind the net. Pressured by Kuhn. Sting, center a pass, knocked down by Rocco. Loose puck on the doorstep. Net's off. And we'll get a whistle. West Michigan with 5 skaters on the ice. As Mitchell joins on the forward side. Mitchell, Smilich, Moore, Rocco, and Kuhn. Face off one by the Sting. Point man puts it in the corner. Behind the net, Moore's after it. Leaves it for Kuhn. Kuhn in the corner, up the wall for Poulin. Poulin cross ice, looking for Smilich, played by the Sting. Poulin gets it back. Driven into the ref. Rocco with possession in the corner. Absorbs a hit. Sting send it up the wall near side though. Pass connects into the neutral zone. Now it's carried to the far side into the zone. Rocco gets it on the wall for Smilich. Back to Rocco. Rocco up the wall, can't clear it. Moore digs it out for Kuhn behind the net. Kuhn up the wall for Poulin off his stick. Loose in the middle. Moore knocks it down. Now he's got possession below the end line. Tried to feed it to Smilich. In the zone for an offsides. Reed Bateson up front, Tyler Rocco, Ethan Berto, Luke Hooper, and Timpey. West Michigan with the draw win. Rocco puts that one through the air and deep. Goaltender gloves it, drops it for a defender. Behind the net, pass far side. Hooper holds it in at the blue line, dumped in behind the net. Troy behind the net, hard around the wall. That'll bounce to Hooper, 3 seconds on the clock. Hooper puts it in towards net, rebound! Rocco tries to stuff it in, but not before the buzzer. And we'll get a little break here. Third period begins. Tight game here, 2-1. Troy with 2 goals to take the lead. All right, Rocco, Bateson, and Berto up front. Timpey and Hooper on defense. This is Berto. Has it pushed off his stick into the corner, wrapped around the far side. Timpey from the point position, played in deep. Caught by the Sting and dumped to the near side. Pass to the middle, deflected in and goes in deep. Behind the net, Hooper got a stick on it, got it to Rocco. Rocco for Berto. Berto back for Hooper. Hooper up the ice for Rocco. Rocco finds it at the blue line. Had it punched off his stick, but Bateson's there to pick up the loose puck. Played in deep, just wide of net. Troy wrapped around the far side. through mid-ice. Timpy with a good stick on it, holds the break in. Now Troy brings it in far side, into the corner, pass out in front, through the skates, and that'll come out to neutral. Troy on the regroup. Near side, picked off by Berto and dumped in deep. Troy with possession in their own end, far side. Pass knocked down by Moore, trying to settle it. Timpy's there, at the wall. Loose in the middle, Hooper's gonna pick it up. Hooper races in. Luke Hooper rips a shot, saved by the goaltender. Hooper with possession, gets it to Moore. Moore behind the net for Mitchell. Mitchell into the corner, moves the puck out to the middle. Troy with it, picked off by Hohendorf, shot wide. Moore with a rebound, loose in front, and the Sting able to clear it out to neutral. Hooper with a stick on it, puts it back in the Troy zone. Troy goes D-to-D in their own end, into neutral. They've got a man racing in. Hohendorf ties it up. Moore moves it over for Mitchell. Mitchell drives it in. Mitchell gets around one, into the corner. Mitchell behind the net, now far side corner. Mitchell sweeps it behind the net. Troy hard around the wall to the near side. Hohendorf's gonna keep it in, but Warman goes down, no call. Troy with it, pass through mid-ice on the tape, 2-on-1 here. Pass at the blue line, Troy still with possession, down low. Oh, a pass on the doorstep goes wide. Loose, Moore's after it. Moore carries it to Mitchell. Mitchell pushed it. Moore tried to carry it in, offsides, whistled. Ayler, Bateson, and Finnerty up front. Poulin and Rocco on defense. Puck played at the blue line, Sting with possession. In their own zone, they go D-to-D. Pass up the wall. Now pass to the near side. Crunching down on that is Poulin. Troy carries it to the far corner, Poulin on the back. Behind the net, Rocco, or Ayler. Troy gets it back, pass out to the point, far side. Played in towards Jabrocki, he uses the blocker to stop, and the trapper to hold it. Ayler on the face-off, D-zone. Puck loose, played by West Michigan. Bateson cross ice for Finnerty. Finnerty in the middle for Ayler, off his stick. Played by the Sting, neutral zone, Bateson picks it off. Finnerty picks up the loose puck. Finnerty trying to find it, now puts a backhand in deep. Bateson after it. Troy played it behind the net, D-to-D. Far side. Ayler takes it away. Miles Ayler behind the end line. Ayler in front, shot and a save. Puck back in the corner, Ayler has it. Ayler now feeds it to the wall for Finnerty. Finnerty through the middle. Finnerty top of the zone. Sauce pass over for Poulin. Poulin's pass picked off by the Sting. Sting carry it in, shot on Jabrocki, a save, rebound played by Ayler. Ayler will get it out to the blue line, Rocco clears the zone, played by the Sting in neutral zone. Off the wall, back in the West Michigan end. Bateson after the puck, pass through the middle, goes all the way through. Sting off the wall to the point man. Shot in on Jabrocki is gloved and held for a whistle. Berto, Mitchell, and Rocco up front. Timpy and Hooper on defense. Face off into the far wall. Timpy ties it up. Sting in to help. Rocco there as well. Timpy pulls it out, gets it to Berto. Berto, backhand pass for Poulin. Caden Poulin off the wall, back to Timpy at the point. Down low for Berto, a one-timer. Just narrowly missed it. Poulin with it. Sting play it into the near side wall. Hooper's gonna hold it in, lays it in towards net. Goaltender loose in front, he's trying to find it, Berto. Now Rocco's got it, Rocco shoots, he scores! A loose puck in front of the net, Tyler Rocco, third man in, finds it, and a fadeaway shot goes in. Face off, goes into the Sting end. Mitchell, Smilich, and Moore up front. Smilich with a turnover. Shot in on goal, a save. Loose behind the net. Mitchell's after it. Moore's got it in the corner. Moore carries along the wall. Dumps it back in the corner for Mitchell. Up the wall, Moore. Tied up in the feet. Now comes out for Smilich. Lucas, shot in on goal, a save. Puck up in the air, into the corner. Moore finds it, carries behind the net, centers it from Smilich, shot disrupted. Moore far side, pass back to Timpy at the point. Timpy, shot goes wide. Puck bounces out to the near side. Through the middle, picked off by Timpy. Dumped in. Timpy after it, behind the net. Pure hustle out of that kid. Puck tied up behind the net. Timpy 2-on-1, digs it out, wrap around in front, and the goaltender gets a glove on it. Jackson Timpy, a one-man wrecking ball out there on that shift. Great effort. Ayler is out with Finnerty, Bateson, Hohendorf, and Kuhn. Offensive zone draw won by the Sting on the far side. Now they send it back to the near side. Carried to neutral zone, pressured by Finnerty. Puck goes loose far side. Dumped in shallow, played by Kuhn. Kuhn carries it up past the red line, chipped around the defender. At the wall, loose for Ayler. Ayler into the corner, tied up in the feet. Kuhn in to help. Kuhn chipped it to himself in the corners, tries to center a pass, cleared by the Sting. Finnerty tried to play it, wrapped around the net, Sting with it. Pass in the middle connects. Sting drive it in on the near side, pressure by Hohendorf. Turns the man back, top of the zone. Hohendorf with a good hit, loose puck for Finnerty. Finnerty to Bateson, 3-on-2. Over for Ayler in the middle. Ayler, shot goes wide. Hohendorf behind the net, catches it, tried to center it for Ayler, knocked down by the Sting. Kuhn got a stick on it, got it to Finnerty. Finnerty carried through the middle, gets it to trying to find Hohendorf. Picked off by the Sting. And now they hit a pass streaking through mid-ice. Sting take it in down low. Good job by Poulin, I think, on the defensive side. Sting, though, play it in deep. Pass through the slot, and Hohendorf will clear to neutral. West Michigan with a line change. Sting through mid-ice, picked off by Bidwarman. Played up the wall by Poulin. Gets it to Rocco. Rocco down low, shot deflected into the back wall. Rocco has it, carries to the far corner. Now stops, absorbs a hit, keeps it in the feet. In to help is Poulin. Puck moved up the wall, taken away by Bidwarman. Played behind the net, Rocco sweeps it. Rocco, pass in front. Had Poulin wound up for the one-timer, played by the Sting. Shot in from the point by Poulin and a save. Behind the net, Rocco, far corner. Sting wrap it around. And they'll clear, but loose to Poulin. Poulin through mid-ice. Sting get a stick on it. They'll get a shift change, banged in deep. Poulin from behind his own goal. Carson Poulin up the wall for Bidwarman. Chipped into the middle, picked off by the Sting. Played out nicely by Rocco, so the Sting will have to regroup. Pass back through the middle. At the blue line. Goes in deep, Rocco. Sends it hard around behind the net. Poulin chipped it to neutral zone. Sting gives chase. Halfway through the third period. Cross ice pass, Sting with possession in their own zone. Centering pass, just out of the reach, long for Hooper. Hooper can't clear, the Sting hold it in at the point position. At the wall, Rocco knocks it down, sends a pass in the middle for Poulin. This is Caden Poulin. Poulin has it taken off his stick at the end line. Troy will regroup behind their own goal. Pass up the near side connects. Sting cross the red line, blue line. Hooper takes it away. Good D. Try to feed a pass. Mitchell finds it. Gets it to Moore. Moore turns back off the wall for Mitchell. Oh, almost a good play there. Oh, we get a penalty here. The penalty arm is up. Tripping call. Caden Poulin whistled for the call. Legs got tangled up, but not sure I saw an intentional trip. Moore, Smilich, Jackson Timpey, and Luke Hooper on the penalty kill. Big moment in the game here, tied 2-2. Sting win the draw. They have it top of the zone. Near side point man. Pushed back into the wall by Smilich. Loose for Hooper, and he'll send it length to the ice. Puck played by the goaltender. Settles it for a defender. Sting on the breakout. Near side. Carried through neutral. Sting still with possession. Pass through the slot. Goes all the way out to the top of the zone. Sting with possession. They send it to the wall. Now down low. Looking for the doorstep. Cleared by Smilich. Sting with possession. Dropped it for the point man. Pass to the far side point. Pass into the middle. Now to the near side. Through the feet. Timpey's going to have a stick on it. Into the corner. Pins it up. Jackson Timpey moves it up the wall for himself. Good luck trying to get the puck from that kid. Sting, though, keep it in the zone. Now down low. Pass in front. Goes all the way through. Point man has possession. Now to the near side point. Shot, and that's gloved by Jabraki. Bateson, Ayler, Hohendorf, and Kuhn come out for the remainder of the penalty kill. Can I get some of that? I got goosebumps here. Sting with the face-off. Sent in far side. They have possession at the far wall. Pressure by Bateson. Now a cycle from the corner. Pass back to the point. Back down low. Drop pass to into the corner. Now behind the net. Sting with possession. West Michigan gets their fifth skater back. Point man back to the wall. Joining play is Finnerty. Loose on the far side. Bateson will be there. Bateson, cross ice for Ayler on the tape. Ayler carries it in. Ayler feeds it in. A shot and gloved by the Sting goaltender. Ayler on the face-off. Hohendorf, Kuhn, Finnerty, and Bateson. Played behind the net by the Sting. Far side corner. Bateson pressures. Bateson. Sting got a stick on it up the wall. Cross ice pass picked off by Hohendorf. Hohendorf dumps that one in deep. Plunks around to the near side. Pressured by Ayler. Pass through the middle connects. Sting carry across the red line, blue line. Pressure by Hohendorf. Held into the wall. Pass. Shot goes wide. Loose puck. Far side wall. Played in behind the net. Ayler and Hohendorf. Hohendorf's got a grip on it. Hohendorf up the wall for Finnerty, centering pass. Picked off by the Sting, but then played by West Michigan. Bouncing puck, the Sting possess. Hohendorf takes it away. He's got it behind his goal. Up the wall for Finnerty. Finnerty through the middle, picked off by the Sting. They go D to D. Pass through the middle, connects, they drive it in. Sting down low. Good job by Kuhn to disrupt the shot. Pass back to a point man. Shot in on Jabraki, a save. Rebound cleared by Hohendorf. Bateson will send it length to the ice. And we'll get a whistle for icing. Rocco, Berto, Mitchell up front. Poulin, Carson Poulin, and Ryan Rocco on defense. Face off, won by the Sting. Point man shot knocked down by Rocco. Played ahead to Mitchell. Mitchell takes it on the near side. Mitchell down low, dropped it for Rocco. Rocco's pressed into the wall, but keeps the puck in the feet. Sting, dig it out. They've got some room to move it. Cross ice pass connects into the West Michigan zone. Pass through the middle. Good play by Poulin. And a loose puck carried out by Mitchell. Mitchell through the middle. Taken by the Sting, but now possessed by Rocco. A shot. And that's deflected before it got to the goaltender and up into the netting. Under 2 minutes left. This game is a tight back and forth, tied 2-2. Tyler Rocco, Ethan Berto, Bryce Mitchell, Carson Poulin, and Ryan Rocco. Face off, one back to Rocco. Rocco puts a shot knocked down by Troy, but Rocco keeps it in the zone. Mitchell gets it to Berto. Berto lines up a shot just wide through the air. Sting knock it down. Now they play it up the near side wall. Backhand knocked down by Berto. Berto has it go off his stick. The Sting with possession, neutral zone. Played by West Michigan, now into the corner. Mitchell plays it, left it in the corner. Sting kick it up the wall. Back into the corner, pass out in front, a shot goes wide. Loose all the way to the far side point. Shot knocked on by Rocco and cleared to neutral zone. Bouncing puck played by the Sting. From the blue line, back into the zone. Pass through the middle, good job by Rocco. Loose on the doorstep, and they bury it. Less than a minute left, the Sting get a dirty goal. Puck bouncing in front, bodies on the ice, they found it and put it home. Up front with Smilenich and Poulin, Hooper and Timpey on defense. Sting put it in deep. And we'll get a whistle here. The Sting go for coincidental minors here. Moore is going to go for West Michigan. Cooper wrapped around near side. Ayler with possession. Ayler to the middle for Poulin. Puck in the back wall. Ayler. West Michigan with an empty net. Held up by Timpey at the point. Timpey rips a shot on net, loose. Rebound, Smilanich's shot wide. Ayler with possession. Down low for Smilanich. Smilanich's shot, that's saved. Played into the corner, 10 seconds left. Finnerty pass in front, goes all the way through. Timpey from the point position, 4 seconds on the clock. Shot deflects over the net, and that's gonna do it. So Troy with a late game goal ends this game, 3-2 victory. Game 2 tonight, 5:30 back here against the Plymouth Flyers. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy your Sunday. 5:30 back here live.